up, guys? So we've been a little bit busy and haven't been keeping up with content for you guys, but we're here. Ban list hit, if you even want to call it that. Decided not to do a reaction video because alter, guys, cool. We'll get to that deck profile here in about a week or so. Other than that, I mean, Nekarov's got a boost, and yeah, that's my reaction to the ban list, and that's all there is to it. So moving forward, because that's what we do, Rokket, Dragon Link, whatever you want to call it, I think that this is one of the better decks of the format. We will be doing a top 10 decks of the format very shortly here. It should be up in a couple days, and I'll divulge further into some of these strategies, what they do, and why I think they're there. If you want to see that, if you like the content, if you want more deck profiles, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, let us know what you'd like to see. We are taking one suggestion already. I've been doing a lot of research into Madolche, so let me know what deck profiles you guys would like to see, and we will try to look into them, learn them, and show them off to you guys. So you'll notice here, just by seeing the list, did not go with the whole Rose Maiden Black Garden combo that Shuping came up with on his newest list, and main reason for that is I really couldn't think of a way to change it up, so why would I just show you guys his list? That just doesn't really seem like it would make any point for that. So I mean, he stands by that. You can search his video. He goes very in depth, shows you guys the combos, talks about the cards, does a really well job with that. But I didn't feel like just stealing his list and throwing it here for you guys, because that's not what we're about on this channel. So starting out with our list, we played 3 Rokket Tracers. I am a little heavier on the Rokket cards, I feel like, than a lot of lists, and we'll talk about that kind of briefly here. 3 Tracer because it's, well, the best Rokket monster. I like double silver. Played it at 1, and I just, sometimes I would end up using it and needing it for like Boral Savage and I'd go to the graveyard, but I'd have a quick launch, say, in hand, which you'll see in some of the replays after this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the replay in the very beginning, but yeah, so in those cases where it's in the graveyard and so you have like your quick launcher, a way to summon one from the deck during the end phase, because you want to banish a card from your opponent's extra deck because you can hit a key combo piece, 1, and 2, more importantly, you learn the knowledge, you learn what they're playing, and it really helps you time out your disruptions much better, and you're less on the spot because you can think about it. 1 Magna Rokket, kind of as a name. 1 Shell Rokket. The effect actually came up a few times in testing where destroying it and then destroy a monster in that column and then destroy the adjacent cards too, so it had come up, and I guess that's why we're playing it, because out of the effects it was kind of nicest one. 3 Apsa Router. I know most people are playing 1 or 2 of these, but if you open it with Rokket, that's already like combo, so I like it at 3, and then I can kind of cater my Dragon Ravine dump to like throw a Levianeer in the graveyard or so if I have Safred already, so I can get it back to my hand later and just have a little more utility. Or there's sometimes where I don't even need to use Ravine, I'll just keep it in my hand as discard fodder for the combo later on. Triple Safred because the card is insane. 1 Red Eyes Darkness, still no errata, so that's really good, really cool, helps us out a lot. 1 Collapse Serpent, 1 Wyver Burster. You know, babies, you're playing them. This is obviously post Toon Chaos. I feel like it's a week away. We might as well be ready for it at this point. 1 Levianeer, only 1 Noctovision, so I understand wanting to play more because, well, if you summon a Dark Dragon monster, or special summon one, you can summon this card from your hand, and then if it's sent to the graveyard as link material, you draw a card. So essentially it's a free special summon for a monster, and you draw a card. Why wouldn't you want to play more? I definitely understand why you would. For me, it's kind of just didn't really come up too much. I was able to do what I wanted most of the time anyway. But say you have like Apsa Router in hand and you summon your Safert, you can Safert and send your Apsa Router and then just search out your Noctovision that way, and then you also trigger your Apsa Router. So that's always a really nice thing, because they're both the same level. 3 Parallel Exceeds. So I don't know how many people are playing this. I haven't seen a ton, but using it for like just link fodder, union carrier play, bodies, stuff like that. More or less later in combo. Obviously you can't do it well, you can do it after your Tracer, but you can't go into your Union Carrier after you use Tracer's effect to summon from the deck, so being careful there. And I've actually had a lot of times where I don't need to use Tracer's effect until like really late combo, like right before I go into Savage, things like that. One Dragon Buster because locking your opponent out of the extra deck's kind of good. And then we had 10 spots for hand traps or so. I was really tempted to put back row removal, particularly Cosmic Cyclone are evenly matched because Eldlik and they float, and you don't want to destroy them unless you're winning that turn per se. So you want to banish them and get rid of them out of the game, period. But 2 Nibiru, 2 Ash, 2 Veilers, and then I like the Psy-Frame package. Going first, obviously, it's not necessarily the best, but we need a few discards anyway, so if you're going to combo off, you can have your Gamma, and say you use like a Quick Launch or you open up Chaos Space, they might actually try to Ash it, so then you can Gamma and do it that way. One driver goes along with the Gammas. Triple quick launch because, well, one, it's not once per turn, which is ridiculous, and two, it's just a free monster on board. Basically, 2 dragons on board is combo, so we're playing 3 free copies of it. Why would you not? Just the one boot sector. Kind of was really on the fence. I'm playing 1 or 2 already, and then, like I said, Shuping went into good descriptions, and he talked about Salamangreat only playing the 1 Sanctuary, and it really did kind of click. Like, yeah, it probably could confirm my thoughts on already considering cutting it, so we went along and did that. The 1 Ravine for the Romulus search and the play that way, dumping like your Apsa Router to get your Tracer to your hand to summon off your boot sector, who then can pop your boot sector, summon from deck, and continue going off. 3 Chaos Space, because we can send pretty much any of our deck and search out Wyverburster. Why not? It's just 2 free extenders then at that point, and it's really, really good if you guys haven't noticed. You can also actually even search out your Levianeer if you want to, but I tend to usually like the extenders more often than not. Extra deck, so was kind of up in the air on the 15th card between Appaloosa and Scarlight. Appaloosa, in testing, I understand a lot of people want to play it, get out Avs your 5th summon so you can stop, say, Nibiru. But I just wasn't really liking the way the deck was going that way, and I know this isn't necessarily the standard per se, so maybe that has a little bit to do with it. But especially once real events come around, or if you're playing in like the LCSs, stuff like that where there are timed events, you might need a card like this, and well, it comes up and you can win on burn damage, because win's a win when it matters, and there's a prize like that. 1 Borreload Savage, pretty obvious. I like the Draco Berserker, the 10-yi. Once in a great while, you will get out Savage and Berserker, but more or less, it's a going second card. I like to go into Berserker more if I'm going second, trying to win the game. Triple Striker Dragons, for sure you could play 2 and be perfectly fine. 1 Pisty, 1 Elpie, then Romulus, of course, Delindrus, and your Quad Boral for the combo, and then obviously Quad Boral can pop your Triple Burst, summon back 3 of the Rockets, 2 or 3 depending how many and where your combo went for the turn, and then Delindrus can bring himself back from the graveyard too, and then you have 2 Link 2s to go into your Abomination or your Access Code Talker going second, which is another great card going second. Union Carrier for the Buster Lock. Triple Burst Dragon because, well, just kind of link down into it, pop it, and then summon the monsters back, and then you can go into all your other plays. Unchained Abomination because it just works really, really good with the Rokket cards because it targets them, they pop themselves, you get effects, you pop cards. When they destroy themselves, you pop cards. End phase, you pop your Silver Rocket, you banish a card, you gain Public Knowledge. Just really, really good card overall. And it's a dark, so you can do it at the end of your combo. Access Code Talker also dark, so if you have to Tracer earlier, you can still go to your access code. You still have access. Yeah, pretty much the deck here. Like I said, we'll throw a couple more replays up for you guys to watch, test hands, just to show you guys how the deck kind of functions. Let me know how you felt about it down below. Let me know what you liked or didn't like, and have a good one, guys.